video is kind of like just remedial glutathione. It's just like an explanation. If you've been on glutathione for a while, then you probably won't learn anything new in this video. But if you're just getting into glutathione, then this is the perfect video for you. And it'll kind of explain the different types of glutathione on the market and just the types of ways you can take glutathione to get the most out of it, because glutathione taken orally, the bioavailability is just awful, like terrible, terrible, terrible. It's right up there next to like taking a vitamin C orally. Half of it you just urinate out. So that is what you're going to learn in this video. And if I'm itching, I can't help it. I'm doing a full body chemical peel right now, and so my skin, this is like day 3, so my skin is very itchy. It's actually on my skin right now, and yeah, it's like it's slowly starting to like peel, and I'm trying so hard not to like scratch. So if you've seen glutathione, you've probably seen, like, you know, the capsules. This is just one I have. This is like a glutathione and a, I guess you could say, a vegetable and fruit blend. Like it has broccoli sprout, green tea, camu camu, oregano, basil, kale, stuff like that. And then obviously 600 milligrams of glutathione. Well, actually, I think each is, because that's for 2 capsules, so really it just has like 300 milligrams per pill. So you can see how doing something like a glutathione capsule, how it could get very, very expensive because you probably want to take more than, you know, just 600 milligrams, and that's like 2 capsules with 600 milligrams. So obviously I've seen other people say, well, just break it open and put it on your tongue and let it like dissolve, because there's a gland like under your tongue, and if you dissolve it, it'll allow it to get into your bloodstream. Or you could break it open and add some baking soda, just a little bit of baking soda. So you would add a little bit of water. By a little bit of water, I would say about, see where the black stopper is? It's about that much water. So that's about 1 teaspoon. So 1 teaspoon of water. It could be distilled water or just regular water. For this is a rectal syringe. You could add some of that to a glass and then break open however many of these you want, and then you would add a little bit of baking soda and then stir it around. And then when it goes clear, you would use this, and that's basically, you would suck it up, and that would be your rectal syringe, and you would, you know, administer it through your rectum. Or like I said, you could try to let it dissolve under your tongue. For some people, this kind of burns. Glutathione is like a sulfur compound, and for some, it doesn't feel very comfortable. So I would see why doing it like under the tongue wouldn't be the best. Believe it or not, doing rectally, it isn't that uncomfortable. Usually you have like some coconut oil around this, and you're only putting this like that far in, so you're not like putting it all the way or something crazy like that. But this is a more expensive route. Like I said, you do not want to take this orally because half of its nutrients are just going to be peed out. The other option, if you do not want to do a rectal syringe, would be, or you don't want to try letting it dissolve under your tongue, would be to use a nebulizer. There's lots of different nebulizers. There's ones that you plug in the wall, there's battery operated, and basically you would do the same thing as far as breaking open your capsules. This is if you have capsules. If you don't have capsules, you can just buy the powder. I put mine in a Ziploc bag, but they make it to where you can just buy the powder, and you know, you would just take a little scooper and scoop out however many teaspoons or so you need, or tablespoons, depending on how much you're trying to take. And so you would mix it up, and again, 1 teaspoon of water, just a dash of baking soda, really light on the baking soda, just enough to help it mix it together. And then you would put it inside your nebulizer, and it's basically breathing treatment. So you just breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and you would do this. And some of these nebulizer treatments, like, it'll last like about 40 minutes or so until it's all gone. It depends on, like, I guess if yours is like a higher power. If a high powered one, you could be done with like the treatment within maybe 20 to 30 minutes, but you know, some of them do take a little longer. But this would allow it to, again, get into your bloodstream, which is basically your goal, and why you're not taking it orally and just, you know, downing a pill and drinking some water. It's because you want it in your bloodstream so it can get, you know, start making changes to your skin, and your body will start to store glutathione because your body does naturally make glutathione. Now, glutathione is made up of 3 different compounds, and you could take these along with whatever glutathione you're supplementing, or you could just take them by itself. These are glutathione precursors, and they basically help trigger your body to make even more glutathione when you take these. So the 3 precursors are cysteine, glycine, and glutamate. So you could buy any of these separately. I take cysteine as well, and basically I take the NAC, which is just an acetylated cysteine, and acetylated just means that it helps it to get into your bloodstream, and it's it's kind of like the coating that's around it. They also make an acetylated glutathione, and so acetylglutathione is pretty expensive. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty expensive, and if you're going to take it, I would still take a higher dose of acetylglutathione. So usually the recommended dose for reduced glutathione, if you're trying to see results and changes in your skin, is like taking at least 5,000 to 6,000. So understand that I said at least, so that's kind of like the starting point. Right now, I'm actually doing some experiments where I'm doing like 2,000 milligrams. That's really nothing at all, but I'm trying to see if I leave it in my body longer, if I will still get results. And so then obviously I can come back to you guys and let you know what the results were. But just across the board, doing it traditionally, and how millions and millions of other people have done it, you know, you want to take 5,000 to 6,000 milligrams at least, and that usually will get you good results. So if you're taking acetylglutathione, I made the mistake of trying to take only 600 milligrams of acetylglutathione, and I was happy with the changes, but I felt like the changes were very slow in my skin. So I would recommend, or if I had to do it all over again, I would at least be taking 900 milligrams to somewhere over 1,000 milligrams. Acetylglutathione is thought to be much stronger than reduced glutathione, and that's why you wouldn't have to take like 5,000 milligrams of acetylglutathione. But also it would be so ridiculously, like, just to take 5,000 milligrams of acetylglutathione, you would be going through bottles like a day and bottles every 2 days or something. It would be so expensive. Some of these bottles are like $70 a bottle. So just know that at that point, if you're spending that money, just go get the IV. Save yourself and get the IV. That would probably be way cheaper than trying to take 5,000 milligrams of acetylglutathione. The other type of glutathione that you could take, and this one you could take orally, like acetyl. I forgot to say that. So you're taking acetylglutathione, you get to take that orally. You don't have to take it with a rectal syringe. You don't have to put it in a nebulizer. So that's one of the pluses to acetyl, but also you need to take a higher dose of the acetyl, so keep that in mind. With liposomal glutathione, this one, usually I see it, like I have seen liposomal pills. Usually it's in a liquid form. This can also be expensive, and for the liposomal glutathione, it is also recommended for results you take 5,000 milligrams. So keep in mind, usually if you're going to do liposomal, I would highly recommend buying it in bulk. You definitely don't want to miss days on this, and you might notice that you're going through bottles every couple days, because 5,000 milligrams is still like that's a mega dose, like that's a very large dose. So buy it in bulk so you're not missing out on days, and sometimes you don't have to worry about like the company going out of stock. And so to get started with this, it is going to be you know, money up front, but at least you're being consistent, because that's one of the largest things about glutathione is like you have to be consistent with it. When you break it up, and if you miss days, you will set yourself back. Like 100%. The way it works is that our body actually is making it, we're also supplementing it, and we do things every day that like depletes our glutathione stores. So not only are we naturally using what we're having, but you're trying to get to the point to where your body has an overabundance of glutathione, and that's when you start to see changes in your skin. So just understand with the liposomal, you need to buy a lot of it and make sure that you have enough to get you through, you know, at least 2 to 3 months starting out, if not longer. And you need to make sure that you're taking it every single day. Like the acetylglutathione with liposomal glutathione, you don't have to worry about taking it rectally or taking it in a nebulizer. So it does save you time if you're willing to pay more. Now back to the reduced glutathione, I think it's, for your money, it's better to get like large bags of it, like 500 grams or more. And yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be good to go. It'll last you months and months. And you can do your rectal syringe or you can do your nebulizer. I opt for the rectal syringe. Obviously, there are drawbacks to both the rectal syringe and nebulizer, but we can talk about that in a different video. But just across the board, taking reduced glutathione is the cheapest, all in all. And so I think that's why it's also pretty popular. Also, you're gonna get results with it. So it's cheaper, but you will notice a difference. So, you know, it's worth it. It's just, when you're taking reduced glutathione, you have to understand that you're investing your time, and you might get tired of being on, like, you know, such a strict regimen, and of course the ways you administer it. So I see why people just would rather just do IVs once or twice a week for a couple weeks, or just pay extra and get like liposomal or acetylglutathione. So it's just completely up to you and, you know, whatever your financial circumstances are.